Loving local music as always on the Morning Mix. Good morning, welcome to the show. This is probably my third favorite big dance song. Efundula Omukandi, Wedding Day. Goeiemorgen, welkom.
Moro.
Moro Tateben.
Moro. Yeah.
Oh, this is loud. Nice. Yes. Moro.
How are you guys doing this Friday morning? Let's welcome our guest of honor officially to the Morning Mix this morning. Young, we've been wanting to get you in the studio for some time now.
And that's why I've been running.
But you're finally here.
Yep.
It's an honor to have you here this morning.
It's a pleasure. I love this studio. I always say I love this studio. There's nothing specific to love though. But it's like it's a studio and it's nice. So
oh man, it's gonna be an interesting Friday. This man has been so
full nonsense
busy. He's been so busy. That's why we couldn't get a hold of him. But
oh yeah,
Jay's here. Maybe we should just jump into it, Neville.
Yeah.
I understand you just returned from the southern parts of Namibia.
Yeah, yesterday I came from the south. I was doing something there.
Mm-hmm. Something?
Yeah.
What is
You want to know about it?
Yeah.
Okay, then say so.
Yeah.
So we also I'm involved in a process of establishing the Namibian Museum of Music or the Museum of Namibia or Namibian Music
Museum.
Jesus.
Music.
Museum of Namibian Music.
Yes.
That's the correct thing.
Okay.
A process now being spearheaded and really being handled very well by the Museums Association of Namibia, MAN, in short, and with some ministries also involved, and a couple of artists like musicians and other influential people in there, and very knowledgeable people also involved. So that's the process. We really getting to the end of it now. It's something that has started about 3 years ago. This is the third year really, and this year is a deadline. So this thing has to happen, and it is going to happen based on what we just went through the last 2 days or so. It's really going to happen. A museum.
Wat soek jy boer?
Ja, ek omkriebel. Hy loop hier verby.
En hy staan in wysvingers hier. Is onafhanklik in Namibia hier.
Ben, I would like to maybe, everybody identifies you now with Big Ben.
Yes.
Okay? But you know what? I remember years ago, we used to Trusco or Informanté used to take part in I think it was a cookout or some Mitko Braai competition. It was like in the late 2009s, 2008s, etc. And that is where I came to know Ben. Okay, because he used to do the sound there, etc. And Ben, that was the first time that I really rubbed shoulders with you. Maybe we can just start. Where did your career start? What have you been doing? Where did you grow up? Why are you here? Can we just have a quick rundown.
A background.
Just a background of who Big Ben is. Kandukire.
Yeah.
Kandukira, not Kandukire.
I'm your typical exaggerated story of a peasant born in a village, grew up in a dusty streets of something. Those Mondesa's streets were not that dusty because of the mist and the moist and everything, but I grew up in Swakop. But my first 2 years of primary school, I was at a village school called Ochohorongo Primary School. We were born in a time when we had A and B and then grade
A
1
and B.
then
Standard in.
or A Nombe. Sub A, sub B.
Yeah.
And I luckily I was always in, the classes would be A, B, C, D. Some schools, the C was the smartest class.
Yeah.
I was always in the smartest class.
I but Fendi.
Oh, you was a slim manigi.
No.
Now, how did you end up in that class?
They just couldn't handle me in the classes where I
A and B.
belonged.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking at you and then you found
Yeah, so
now,
they put me in those classes hoping that the smart will rub off on me.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. I did my grade 6 or standard 6, whatever you would call it, but I actually didn't finish high school.
Okay.
I didn't finish high school. I'm told, apparently I told my parents that these teachers are boring. I read the textbook, I'm done. So why should I sit here? Why can't I just come back for the exams?
That's it.
That is not smart.
Okay.
Clearly not. Look at me now.
But how does a
But you're
hero...
doing well for yourself. How did you end up in music?
The hunger is enough to motivate anybody to fill the stomach, right?
Ne?
Yeah, that's it. The music is the only thing I could do without being forced to do.
Oh, okay. That's the one thing you were passionate about.
I have tried.
Can you repeat that? And repeat that slowly? Because that needs to resonate with a lot of people out there. Say that again, Ben.
The music is the only thing I could do and still do without being forced to do it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And so that's the thing I do. Because I would do it. Whether you... At times people say, but we can't pay you. And there's just a time I really just want to make music. And then the other day I realized, I got bills to pay, that type of thing. But this is it. I've had full-time work. I have had 8 to 5 jobs, and I swear I walked out like, this is boring. And imagine village parents saying,
there's no...
Hapo.
You know, some years ago, $19,000 salary was serious money.
Yeah.
I walk out.
Yeah.
And then they say, we told you, this one, useless.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, that's me, the curse.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't do anything that people expect me to do. This is it. I'm stuck here.
But it worked out well for you. I mean,
It does.
So you can't necessarily call it a curse. And also, since you're coming from Europe, please don't cough. We will quarantine the studio. There's coronavirus out there.
Talking about that, because in January, when we were looking for Ben, you were in Germany.
I was in Deutschland.
You were in Deutschland.
In Deutschland, yeah.
Yes.
And what was it like? Did you perform there?
Yeah, I know. I was actually doing something else, totally extremely different from what you expect your typical contemporary musician to be doing. You expect us to jump up and down the stage, right?
Yeah.
And then run after people with invoices later.
Of course.
And then beg Informanté Radio to play our songs and stuff like that.
Yep.
No. I got skills to use in other things. So I'm trying to explore my creativity. I'm taking on some challenges. For example, if you can compose music for a movie, why shouldn't I?
Yeah.
If you can compose music for a theater production, why shouldn't I?
Lion King or whatever.
Lion King and you know, like walk into the National Theatre of Namibia and there is a play, but the music that accompanies and the sounds that are designed to accompany that play is made by a Namibian. Why not?
Yes. It's interesting because I'm thinking now, most of the Namibian films or productions that I've heard, you might hear, local sounds here and there, but they use a lot of sounds from the outside.
Yeah.
So it's a nice, I guess, change of pace.
Yes.
To be producing
an initiative.
Yeah.
So in the land of the Germans, I was hired as a musician by one of the biggest theaters in Germany, not just in Hamburg, but in Germany. The Thalia Theater is really the best. If you are employed by the Thalia Theatre, you know you were picked among the best. So yes, I was making music for theatre, composing, and then I ended up acting also.
Oshiti.
Totally.
Mwadu.
I've made my debut on a professional theatre.
That is interesting. Will we ever get to see?
Yes. If everything, no. When everything goes according to plan, which it will, in June, you will see the same production in Windhoek.
Aha.
It will be called Hereroland.
Heroland.
Hereroland is a theatre production which tells the story about the genocide.
Okay.
The Namibian story of the genocide.
Okay.
And so it's based on interviews conducted among Hereros, Germans living here, Germans living there, experts in the field. It's based on... books based on everything. So it's really a multidisciplinary type of a production where you have audiovisual presentations, documentary type of an approach also to storytelling, and direct delivery of, for example, your interview.
Yeah.
And then we give it to somebody else to do it the way you did it when they recorded you and filmed you. And so it's more talking about the emotions around it. Of course, you get the facts correct about the timelines of things and so on, but we're looking more into the emotions, the human part of a story. Which misses a lot when you look at some things. Books don't carry that much. Films also don't carry that much, but when you sit in front of somebody trying to show you, to make you feel an emotion, it's a different experience altogether. My English, Friday.
You see, guys, at least one of us got their reparations. So,
that's I don't know what you mean. I thought I worked.
so it was not free. This one you work for.
Reparations is for the fact that you died. What I get is for working. You know what I mean?
But this was a all new experience for you. It was outside what you normally do.
Yes.
What was, I guess, the most valuable lesson for you from this undertaking?
I think Namibians, we just hold ourselves back. I mean, working in people with doctorates work, people from symphony orchestras works. Working into such a space, into such a production, and they say, oh, well, here's the script, that's the drafting, you saw the rehearsal, we need sound. You know what I mean? You in the deep end, like the German deep end of deepness. You're in it.
Of deepness.
You're in it, and this guy gives you a deadline.
There's, like,
you know the German obsession with being on time.
Yes.
Even dying on time type of stuff. If it's predicted, then a person will really complain, why didn't I die?
Yeah.
Why? So that's the thing. I mean, and there's nobody to help you. You find your way through. Now, so imagine you have this new thing in you. You need to bring out and produce music, and then you need to get used to taking trains and buses and everything and still be on time, which I managed. Eventually, they accepted that when they say 7 o'clock, that's my 7:15, and I'm on time. I managed to make Germans adjust their time 15 minutes later. I'm telling you, they complained the first 2 days. From there on, that's it. They realized, not this
7:15 it is then.
And then they started cheating me. When it is supposed to be 7, they would say 6:30.
6:30.
So you are there.
So you're there by 7.
They got me, They got me. So so getting used to the weather. I would see the sun once in maybe 10 days, and then when it comes, I would be like, oh, now I can go take pictures, and then I pick up the camera and stuff, walk out. By the time I'm outside the building from the 7th floor, the sun is gone. Till next week. Oh, it's cold. From around 8 degrees to -2, -3, something there. And then it tries to snow, and then it rains at the same time, and then it's windy, and I'm supposed to walk 2 kilometers to the theater. And I don't have a jacket because the jackets that people buy here in Namibia, I'm sure they are not made for winter. I tried that. I took all my biggest jackets. They don't work out there. I had to go borrow one from the second-hand clothing place.
German weather disrespecting Namibian jackets.
And now I understand why they really had to kill people to get a hold of this place. I'm telling you, the sun is a beautiful thing.
Lebensraum.
Lebensraum, yeah.
Ben, I first wanted to ask you this. You know what? I have this normally, when Quentin does the QVR code, and people would sit there, and Quentin would speak about his current experiences, etc. And people will, you can still see the people sitting there. They keep on, nee Quentin, ons wil nie nou die hoor. Sê ons, hoe het jy begin? How did you start making your first money? Ben, I remember in 1990, at the independence celebrations, in 94, at the Walfish Bay reintegration celebrations, when it comes to Namibian artists, I swear, the only Namibian artist I can remember in 1990 was probably Rashi Hama and Jackson Kaiwa. Because we defined everything that we did, all the live shows, and I think and because... Dilimani. Yeah, Dilimani. And that's the thing that I want to come to. We were so West African that every beat that was brought here was a West African beat. And I remember when Ben and you guys were doing music and we started identifying through what Namibian identity is through music, the pride that grew and that level of influence that you have on us as a people, as a society. But that changed so much, Ben, whether it's you, whether it's Gaza or whoever. And when did this exactly take off?
For me, it took off in 2001.
Ne?
In 97, I started playing with a group called Splendid. I played keyboard and eventually I also started. But they were not doing a style that I'm interested in. It was more this township disco, that splash, Dalom Kids type of sound, And it worked well for me. But I'm just, in a way, you see, that's the problem. I have this focus on my thing.
Yeah.
That's it. At my own pace and whatever, I still get to where I need to be.
Yeah.
And so I branched off. I started playing the guitar, and 2001, I released something. I called it a release. Nobody respected it. You know how hard it was, ne? Like, there was a time I released a song called Okini Kini.
Okini Kini. Oh, I see.
Yeah, but nobody paid attention. So then I remember a year, Bolly came around and said, we need to make music for the first ever local music video type of a show.
Yeah.
So I then produced the first 16 Namibian songs to be used in a modern TV music show. All right, the first songs which people like. Time ago now, Shikololo them. I did a piece for them for Killer B now. Kini. So I'm sitting with this guy. Killer B wants to do music, right? And I'm like, okay, I need to make something for him. In my mind, I'm thinking, I have a song which I think is really a beautiful song, but nobody is paying attention because for some reason I'm a nobody. I don't have swag. I don't have muscles like Killer B. I don't have nothing, and also I don't know the Unam crowd and stuff like that. So
Killer B, Killer B was
you know what I mean, yeah. So then I know, no, I have a song for you, Killer. Don't worry about it, okay? So then I did the chorus and stuff, and then he puts his thing on there, and Bolly also throws something on there, and there we are to the pool at Unam.
Yeah.
And we make a music video there, and there was a young lady called Tangina at that point also. There was a couple of people, 16 musicians. I produced 16 musicians. Wow.
Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks. 16 songs.
That is
quick. And we used a software, a software called That's what we used. And from there on, Maranu, if only I knew what I know now about this whole thing, I could have really done better. It's a pity that you keep learning, and then sometimes the stuff you did tend to that thing. I must redo this thing because I could do it better, but I didn't know.
A lot of artists have that, and then you ask them, it's like, oh, I'm looking for your first album, and it's just, I don't want to hear those things.
Yeah. I'm at that point. I don't know at which point I made it. I don't know about that. But yeah, thank you for the compliment. It sounds like a compliment when you say, at which point did you make it?
Okay, now I want to know, because obviously your music has sort of evolved a lot over the years. Was that just a byproduct of you growing as an artist, growing as an individual?
Yeah, unfortunately so. Unfortunately so. There's you start with something, and then as you go with, I think every 5 years you also get exposed to other types of music, different sounds, and that comes into your sound. There's no time to be very rigid in this industry. You've got to allow a bit of fluidity in your music. You must adapt and so on. I'm not saying you must lose yourself and your signature and your principle. Adapting is not being a serious committed copycat of things everywhere. I'm saying you must adapt. You can still adapt being a Makaisa artist.
Yes.
You can adapt.
You can do you, but still adapt, adding new elements. Yes,
totally. Yeah.
All right.
The comments, I'm going to comments list. It's funny.
Ik wil nou reeds comments beginnen.
Let me read the last one.
Ek is klein nie,
People.
Moenie worry nie, die comments sal bly inkom. Ek wil net vra, Ben, a couple of weeks ago, right? Adora made a statement here on the show which kind of...
Kyk hoe dry pense oor.
Yeah. And Namibia basically nailed her to a donkey Botswana for what she said. But basically she was addressing unprofessionalism within the arts industry.
Yeah.
Whether it was construed wrongly or it was taken in that nature. So, I mean, you have been a model professional for a long time. Barring the 15 minutes in Germany. But yeah, what is your take in general, and what advice would you give some of these artists? Yeah,
so that I get into this crucifixion.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Look, the point is, I know this lady to a certain extent. Yes. I've done some project with her. I've spent some time with her where you wake up, have breakfast, talk, go perform together and stuff like that. And I've come to realize that she's not the person who would wake up and collect an energy to go and insult somebody just off the cuff like that. So I do not believe that she sat here intending to harm anybody or insult anybody. Yes. That's my take on her. If she did, then I will also find a way to question her. Because I can do that. Because she is also shown to be the kind of person you can actually sit down and reprimand, and if you are correct, I'm sure she will adapt to this.
True.
So I'm not going to, so I'm saying that so that you know what I'm going to say. It's not accusing her of anything, because I think I expect better of her, and so far she has not disappointed me. She's a very hardworking lady, that one as well. Okay, now there is unprofessionalism, and I agree that we can do better as professionals. We can firstly improve our craft. For example, I have now realized I'm not very good at mixing my music. I need to get other people to mix my music. Good, sharp. I've made effort. I'm calling people to say, can I bring my project to you? I'm not late to my shows anymore. Because I've realized that a client is hiring you to provide a solution, not for you to become the problem.
Yeah.
You see, I've done the corporate circuit not because I'm the best musician in Namibia, but because I provide a solution. This person has an event, there is a program that needs to be filled, a particular song must be played to a particular audience, and I prepare that at my weakest, and I deliver that at the time that the client says. And I walk away, and I try to look appropriate. Of course, I can't afford the clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I have my drink after I perform. In fact, the client will bring me the bottle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But
when the job
also been in situ, actually take a few shots of whiskey and then step up to the stage. And the client has no problem because I've done it before and I've always delivered my product the way I promised I will. Okay, so it depends on who you are, what works for you and what doesn't. But the overall thing to take home here is employable.
Yeah.
And that is a thing in Namibia. There are people who are unemployable. There are people that some of us have gone to beg corporate clients to consider to reworking with some of these artists again.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a true thing. And this is not a southern or a western or a northern thing.
Yes.
Because some of the artists that we went to beg for are actually from the north. So that's why I'm saying that's what you meant to say. Microphone, it's not scripted. Sometimes you just drop words, okay?
Yeah.
But unprofessionalism is rampant industry across color, across region. It is a big problem. Even I sometimes fall to these cruise over it, but sometimes I'm also not ready for something and yet I'm expecting to be paid and be treated well and stuff like that. So yeah, there is a problem. But guys, tribalism does exist in Namibia. Nepotism, corruption, these things exist here, and nobody listening to this radio right now will tell me differently. I have spent a good 20 years now doing this. It exists. Let's not pretend it doesn't exist. There are shows where people decide on who should get hired because you were seen, you've had coffee with the right politician. I have had in this industry people going behind my back with politicians to get me off a list. This happens in this country.
Yeah.
Some of us have learned to understand maybe this comes with the territory, and now we have learned to step back, block that lane. I am Big Ben. I create another lane, and eventually you want to come in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, again, while these problems exist, I'm trying to tell musicians out there that it does exist. Do you really want to spend the next 20 years just butting your head against it?
Yeah.
Or do you want to create opportunities for yourself and make them want to come to you? You know that thing where you get a deal somewhere and then they are the ones that, yeah, man, how did he get that? But they've been getting that and they wouldn't allow you to ask how they got it. You see? So I'm just saying, let's do this. There's no industry which doesn't have these pitfalls, these evil industry, from transport to whatever. I think that's the problem where musicians trying to put themselves into this. They are such naggers professionally.
Nagging
and complaining about everything as if somebody must bring it to you. All right. So if you know a certain type of people, when they have events, they always go this way, and you have done everything in your power to claim to be the criteria, and for some reason you still don't get onto that list, how many more years do you want to waste on that?
On trying to get on that
you
list.
leave them, do their over glorification, and you start your own little thing here and make that work for you. I think so, man. I mean, I really don't have the energy to fight anymore. As I told you with a very strong voice, tribalism exists.
Now, Ben, I have to quickly just interject there and ask the question. I'm not too sure, with the latest updated list, artists, are you on that list or not?
I'm not on the list.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm very sure, considering who I am in Namibia, I was not picked. I'm saying, based on who I am and the work that I've put into positioning myself in this, I am very sure my name stepped to that table, and they used whatever they claim to be the criteria and decided I'm not going to be on the list.
Which is okay.
That's fine with me. At the same time, when I realized I'm not going to be on that show, I started looking for something else to do, so that on the same day, I'm not just going to sit at home, do nothing. You get my point?
You make your money.
I go Zula elsewhere, and I've done this. There is big concerts like the jazz festivals and the whatever. There's events that when they don't hire me, immediately I'm like, organizing my own concert, and I fill it up to capacity. so that I can flip
Yes.
my finger
Yeah.
You can flip
in my
your
own
finger.
fashion.
It's a good thing you brought up, your own concerts, because the last one you did was it went really well at the Zoo Park.
And another one is coming.
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask.
Yes.
When is the other one coming? And where and how?
When I want.
Man, dear, Ronald.
Hey, Ronnie. When I want. And so, they may can't.
I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky that I have people that agrees with me that I need help, and I'm very, very lucky. One of those lucky people that I get people to help me. Sometimes they offer themselves. This makes me. I don't know what humble is, but I think this is those moments where I'm like, if it wasn't for certain people, oh, where would I be? You know what I mean? So I'm that lucky. So a lot of good things are going to happen this year. I'm going to have shows as well here and there, and so. But tribalism, corruption, you people think corruption is a joke. There's serious corruption in Namibia, and there's corruption in the music industry. And what hurts is that people have crafted excuses that sounds very smart. And when they say it, when they answer things like really in a almost arrogant, sarcastic thing, we take it for intelligence. You see what I mean? Because we think sarcasm is intelligence. To me, I'm like, you are just another criminal waiting to be caught. Yes. So that's it. As far as I'm concerned with regards to these things in the music industry, at the same time, there are really hardworking people, regardless of their tribal are really hardworking people, but there's also talented, highly talented people better than me that are just not going anywhere because they can't accept that they actually. Yeah, so that's the situation. I'm not apologizing for anything that I've said right now. If you take offense,
Soringo?
yeah, I am
Soringo.
sorry, but I'm not. Unless I'm really, really wrong, I will apologize. Otherwise, everything I've said so far, you will have a tough time convincing me I was wrong.
Okay, Neville, let me make you happy. Let's get to the comments.
Yeah,
I
please.
see a lot of you are chipping in already. Let's start at the top. Let me try and get through this as fast as possible. We have about, 20 minutes?
Yeah,
So,
we got 20 minutes left.
Daipo Petaya, royalty in the house. Good morning, Mr. Big Ben and everyone else. Hey, everyone else has a name in this studio. You don't do those things. Dilimeke ya Ndalimbwa, hola vigets.
Hola, Vikits.
You get there.
Morning team from Pax Tushi Marongo, Jenny Kinda. Yes, Big Ben, but please don't say you've made it in life from all other hero artists. I love your music. No, we're not going to pull another Adora.
You know, I'm not the one who said I made it. He said so, and I simply said it's a compliment if you say so.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean.
And you know that comment came in way before you even got to that topic. So yeah, Pax Tushi Marongo. I think Big Ben was a chef. A chef way.
What are you trying to do? Who said these things?
Pax Tushi Marongo.
Were you a chef?
These are the types of people that the chief inspector of the Namibian police, the youth he must deal with.
It's you guys.
Insulting elders.
Dixon Nassau is saying freestyle or mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don J. Mwandi asking, what do you think about a National Music Museum status?
Let him just just hold it. Yes, net is the
Mr. Cubase and Neville, did Maria leave when I went elsewhere? Maria has toch a tooth rot, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maria is still booked off. She will be back on Monday.
don't worry.
Yeah.
We have something prettier to look at in the studio.
Yeah, toch.
Tate Eli, Moro Ben, Honorable Sam Hipothe, you owe me a song, bro.
That's it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
come that 8.
A whole goat
That's
Yeah.
for a barbecue.
Clap back. George Hidipohamba Kambala, good morning everyone. Hola, is Vrydag en alles is vry.
Waar jy in?
Hey.
So, that's a judge.
Mutatio Castens, morning Big Ben, Moro Moro Moro, singing. hitting notes in my upper register. Falsetto. You're just showing off now.
Yeah.
Kambex, Denny, Kadakoka, I'm listening to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Gary Sales, Neville Basson, did your guest get a free breakfast? Asking for a friend.
Do you know Gary Sales?
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Why is everybody talking about food and chefs and things when I'm in the studio?
What is the insinuation?
What is this? Namibia must tell me.
We see you.
Right. Etienne Esterhazen, I am living in Germany. This winter is no joke. Listening to you while on a bus on my way to work. Yeah.
Hi, Etienne.
Thank
nice.
you for listening to us. Thank you for also sharing our stream. Estomich Schmestad from Norway.
Yeah.
Morning to you all. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Is it also Friday in Norway? Hey.
Yeah. Fair question.
I've never been out of the country. I don't know how these things work.
I don't think Norway has a Friday. No. When you're in places where they have a party on a Saturday afternoon and then another one on a Tuesday afternoon. Normal.
It's just the normal thing.
Yeah, but their party sucks. Coffee and biscuits.
Coffee and biscuits.
Oh my God, Nia. Ursula Peterson, it is you. That name, Killer B.
Yeah.
What happened to him is he wiped from the face of the earth. He's around. Leopold D. Vatili keeps being interrupted. Yes. Actually, I was supposed to tell you guys we are system maintenance and stuff. That's why you see Semi is standing next to me here, making me feel paranoid. He's trying to fix the stuff. Don't worry. Mutatio is saying Big Ben tribalism is true. Speak out, brother. It's good. And also he adds, no wonder we are falling apart as a nation.
Yeah.
And then Neville Basson, how did you join the studio?
Huh? Excuse me?
It says Neville Basson joined the stream here.
Yeah, because he's on his phone while.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
What
yeah.
happened to
Yeah, well, what an answer. Asensio Shimwandi, morning, Mr. Big Ben. Sing for us Moro toch. There are toch new songs. Oh.
Yeah. Marwa. Listen to what the people are saying.
Teresa Ndati, good morning, guys. We've just such a long time here in Frankfurt. Big Ben, wow. Long time, my son of the soil. Much love. Hafeni Giwete, good morning, guys. Marongo Wanda Dimunu. Dimunu? Yeah. Nice one, Big Ben. Congratulations and keep up the good work. And then George Nanup saying, Mr. Big Ben, thank you for all. Wat 'n comment wou jy gelees het?
Nee.
Daar's 'n storie wat gou gedelete word. Yeah, guys.
I think those are about the comments. There were one or two questions for you.
The one was on the museum.
The museum, as I said, when I came now from the south, and I'm not claiming to be a spokesperson for the Museums Association of Namibia, but as a person with serious interest in this matter, and also as a person who has been a part of the process of with consultations and everything, it is the thing that we needed and we need. There's a problem. We have lost music in this country. If I ask you what is the music that was made in 1940? In Namibia, there's nothing. We were not the recording type of a people. We were not the type of stuff even under the mattress or anything.
Exactly.
Even if we keep it in a house, the house would be burned. In the old location, some trucks from the colonizer would come and destroy everything. So our history has made it such that we cannot preserve anything at all. You know, so now we have an opportunity to have one building, and I can only thank the government for availing some of these resources, like buildings and a little bit of money here and there, and the political will to say, guys, go ahead. As long as you don't bother me in my office, you can go ahead and do your thing. This is nice, and an association that says we don't have much, but let's try and make it work. So the museum is going to exist. Again, I said I'm not a spokesperson of the association, but I'm telling you now that there is a building in Omuthia. I have seen it myself. I've gone inside the building, and I know that museum is going to be in there. And I know that I'm a part of trying to help them decide what to do with the space. What would we want to see? And right now, it's going to serve two purposes that I know. It's not just to preserve and collect things and keep there, but also bringing these things to life. So that if you go into the Independence Museum or the Military Museum that one day might open in Okahanja or something, you can also just travel before you enter Etosha, enter the music in the music museum and find. This is the place where we would immortalize the likes of the Gazas, the likes of the Salis, the likes of the Adoras. We immortalize them in this manner. It's just not good enough. You know, everybody goes, like, you must have a street named after them. I think I have a option. 100 years, people must know that a musician called Gab Cause existed. A musician called, it's a Mate.
Yes.
Capital K. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if there is a student at UNAM wants to find out something about Namibian music, they must know they can go to the museum and use that as a reference point. If your child, you just want to open up your child's mind, you take them in there and have them understand that there are different styles of singing among the Kavangos. This type of a song is called that. That type of a song in Oshierero is called Oshina, and that rhythm is called Omuhiva. This is it. What was the oldest instrument used by the Namas in the south to make their music? Can we locate it? Can somebody make a replica of that and store it in there? And then we make sure that there is no war so that that building doesn't get bombed. The more we have things and cultures to preserve, the more careful we are in deciding how we run things. This is the thing, I'm just dropping it here. That when you have a building where you have things you want to preserve forever, you will make sure that no bomb lands there. Meaning, you will check yourself first before you throw the first stone.
Initiative. I mean, music in its purest form is storytelling. So even 100 years from now, they will be able to go through the stories of us and our time. Like for instance, what's a song Sukekno that I can't find anyway. Basa.
William Bwende.
Yes,
William Bwende.
I can't find it anyway. You see, on the internet.
Tell you what. Right now, let me just say it here that the Museums Association of Namibia has a call out right now for musicians and creators and researchers in sound and whatever to contact them if they have material to donate to the museum. Guys, it's going to open and we need collections. We also go look, me saying we. The museum is also going to have an archiving type of a function, which is going to be hard, but we will try to develop some kind of an archive where you just deposit your things and keep.
I see.
And have somebody really take care of it for a while for you, for as long as we can. So your old music, your new music, everything you've got, contact the Museums Association of Namibia, check them out on Facebook and so on, and then reach out to them. They will help you put your things together, and it will make their work so easy. I mean, these guys are really running around trying to establish the thing, and then they must still be the collectors and still, I think we can reach them halfway and just bring the material to them. The oldest instruments that used by the tribes in Namibia, if you have an idea of what it looked like, or a picture that is now fading, maybe they can find a sketcher to resketch it. Maybe one day they will find somebody to make it, like, you know. And so I'm so excited, guys, about the museums thing. It's really nice. I really want it to work, guys. I'm a musician, guys, so let's talk about music. You know, not the politics and not the other things. I'm so happy, man. When I was in Germany, you know how homesick you get? And then there's radio on the internet, and I could tune in every day. It felt cool, man, like to know that everywhere else in the world I can just tune in and listen to the Samis, them talking and some weird jokes. I was like, what? There are some comedians I'm really worried about. There are some people out there that I was so worried about, like 2020 is hard on some people.
I see backlit.
Even the jokes are not.
As in Max like me.
The inflation has hit us all. And the music, man. And I'm looking out there and I'm thinking, Namibians, let's put our music on the internet. Let's put our music on the internet. Take it from some of us. The beat that we are doing is allowing us to be noticed elsewhere and get a little bit of work.
Digitize your stuff, guys.
Let's digitize it. Let's try. Be careful, but any opportunity you get, let it go, man. Let it go. You have nothing to lose up your soul. You're not making anything from it right now. So just indulge.
Yeah. The only thing you have to fear is like somebody telling you they're a Nigerian prince. Then you must be careful.
Yeah.
Anyway, checking out some comments. Kai Muyoro saying, Mora, precious blessing. He's making sense, though. Even he said he made it compared to other hero artists 20 years in the industry. It's not 20 days or 20 weeks or 20 days. He has worked hard for it, all right? Great job, Big Ben. Keep up.
But guys, nobody said I said it. I made it.
Yes.
I didn't say I made it.
Yeah?
Hell yeah, I made it. Damn it.
El Asensio Chimwandia. Come get Kapana after that, Mr. Big Ben. Let's start your Friday.
I'm coming. So bad I'm coming.
Vasio Kapana stand. And morning, you all from Fairbrook. I think you are in the UK.
Yeah, in the UK.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in this morning.
President Hage Geingob said a few years ago when he became president, you see, you people must understand that I'm not a Damara president. I am a Namibian president. So people can't expect me, if there's something happening in Korigha State, I have to be there. So the question we're asking you, Big Ben, are you a hero artist, or is your music hero-oriented? Do your music resonate just with heroes, or are you a Namibian artist?
This is why I said, please forward me the questions ahead of time. Now, in my own voice, I would like to tell you that I'm a Namibian.
Yeah.
And if I'm a Namibian artist. But I proudly happen to be a Herero. And loving being a Herero. I'm loving it so much that if you gave me an option, I would be like, no, I mean, I just want to be a Herero right now. Like, it's okay. And also, I live in a country which allows me to be a and allows me Herero. And the person who is not a Herero gets to listen to the music, love it, and take it as his own. Yeah. I live in this country where a person who is a Vambo or a Damara gets to be who they are and still make music with me. And all of us different tribes wearing different things gets to my concert. Black, white, Vambo, Herero, Zubia, Mafwe, whatever, Maye, they into my concert, and that moment, they are music lovers who happens to appreciate my music. It is very hard for me to just say, I'm a Herero musician. I'm a Herero. But also, let's put everything aside. I'm a musician, man. Why is it in Namibia I must be a something musician? But a musician from somewhere else is a musician. No, stop going down on me like that. No. An American musicians come here, you don't say an American musician, you say acclaimed musician. To me, you want to call me a what? Musician. I'm a musician. Deal with it right now. Stop putting people into boxes that don't even exist anymore. Guys, I'm a musician, yes, but firstly call me a musician, so that when you find me among a musician from Germany, from where, don't come there and introduce me as a Namibian musician. Big Ben is a musician who resides in Namibia. At that point, I want to negotiate with you now. Let's start addressing ourselves as such. We are not just Namibians also. We're not just Hereros. We are also just human beings trying to get somewhere. So, as to your answer, I love making music in Oshierero because it is the best way I can express myself. I don't know about English very well. Many people have said I love you in English. 1,000 times, 1,000 different ways. But very few have said Mbekotuvera, the most romantic language in Namibia. Oshiherero.
Huh?
Here's the list. The most romantic languages in Namibia is Oshiherero, and then Oshindonga, which I had at primary school, and then Damara.
Damara is romantic.
Clar, Damara.
It's a tirete.
You see that? That's what makes the women go like, ooh. I'm telling you, I have lost serious fights with the Damara. We are shooting our shots. This guy comes, and then, I see the woman is just shifting the other side.
Oh, she did.
Yes, I should brush up on my
My game is, what? And
Your
then I
game is
realized,
off.
Those clicks, man.
Yeah.
Those clicks.
There's just something about them.
Yeah.
I know Damara, when it comes to romance and endearing comments and stuff, it doesn't beat Oshierero. But it is a language to consider.
Okay, there are some Vambus who might disagree with you. I want them to come through.
No, but Oshindonga came in second.
I have placed Oshindonga second, just for being nice and being fair. Oshierero, guys, Mbekutuvera. This is it, guys. Guys, man, while I'm saying things like tribalism exist, it is a true thing, and we can only overcome when we understand our weaknesses.
We should understand our differences.
Learn to point it and then walk over it and crush it. Consciously crush it. Okay, that's the only reason. This is not me saying we have no hope, because it was worse many years ago. We have overcome it to a certain level. Now we just have a few of our basket, and from here on it's just all the way up for Namibia.
Yep. Checking out some more comments. Gaitan. Welcome to the show, my brother. Fia Brook, okay, I already checked out that one. Muchacho Custons, Big Ben, I'm inspired by Neville, but he doesn't want to mentor him. Please tell him to pass on the comedy skills.
It's not a skill. It's a thing.
Yeah. It's it's difficult to pass on a certain skill.
You either have it or you don't. And I got it.
I can never be Ben.
Of course. He can never teach you to make music like him.
No.
Even if you spend 100 years with him. Unless you were born with it already.
Exactly.
Some of it.
Yes, my late father was a musician. But again, what Ben has, that's just insurmountable. There's no way that I can be him.
Neville can only help the gentleman to discover himself.
Yes.
As a human being.
Yeah, and develop his own thing forward.
Yeah.
By pointing a few pointers here and there and so on. But otherwise, but it's a good thing. You guys, the way I'm a fan of Neville here, there's this funny, I just want to say, these jokes about Hereros and the dog eating the meat and the footsec part. Neville, please. With all due respect, and for the sake of peace and prosperity in this country, stop these jokes. Because comedian, politician, whatever, if you are making an effort to come between us and our meat, you are just as an enemy as the Schutztruppe. You are an enemy of our progress and our existence.
Ursula Peterson. Big Ben, what you are saying is not wrong. It's the truth. It is time we should stand up against them. Bjorn Puritha, please, he must say the truth. Oshivero. Sporo Magena, you are the salute. And Asensio Shimwadi, that's of course the person who offered you kapana.
Yeah.
He's saying Oshikwanyama. So maybe if you still want your kapana, you should throw Oshikwanyama.
Is romantic. Look, I don't speak these languages, but I hear them, guys.
You hear them?
We are not just, we watch and we listen.
Yeah.
Oshikwanyama is romantic.
Which one is Oshikwanyama? How does Oshikwanyama sound?
I can't say it because I don't speak the language, but you can hear the nonsense. You can hear the things there.
Nonsense.
Guys, let them come. They are listening. Let them make their comments now if they agree. I am putting Oshierero first, Oshindonga, and then Damara.
Yeah.
And this is not just any Damara.
Yeah.
Damara from Tubuses.
Tubuses.
Homewood Daikan van Gorigas.
Yeah.
Daso. Ni di stad Goedeni.
Yeah.
Praat van daso diep. By Uis. By Petru Kanep. Daso. Okombahe. That's the Damara I'm talking about.
Deep in Damaraland now.
Tenekan. Yeah, and then maybe Kwanyama, but I don't know who they are going to bribe to get theirs there.
Yeah. Romantic road. Fear Brook is saying, Bekusvera Namibia, Bekusvera Shiri singing. I remember that song. Bekusvera.
Sydney, what is the guy's name? Sydney Mokhobodi, I think the surname. Album called Pepe, I think.
I remember the song. I never. There's actually a lot of music that we have lost in this country.
Yeah, man.
Wakahanja, you remember? Wakahanja.
One of my idols, man.
I don't even know who the
gentleman
artist
with
is.
the
I just know the song.
Peter, what's the gentleman name? Peter something.
I can't wait for the museum to open. That's all I'm saying. Then,
True,
then you have one place where you can go and actually go through these things.
Yeah, but as I said, it will only work when the musicians,
Yeah.
the family of the musicians that have passed on,
Yes.
and other private collectors are willing to loan their work or at least donate to the museum.
To the museum,
At
yes.
this point, the museum won't really have a budget to buy things. You know what I mean? So we will rely on the goodwill of people. But if there's some rare something that we know if we don't get it, it will go lost forever, including Big Ben fundraising to make it happen. That's my commitment that I've made towards this process.
That's what's up. Precious Blessing, I am dead. Apparently, if you are trying to come between us and our meat, it's problem.
Oh, yeah.
She's laughing at that comment. Ursula Peterson saying Afrikaans is also romantic.
Vaso.
Ja, ek is baie lief vir jou.
My geagte liefie.
Afrikaans,
Afrikaans is now leaving me also.
Ek wil jou
did you see my message I sent to you in the morning?
Yes, in
That
Afrikaans.
guy was deep Afrikaans.
Ek wonder, why is Big Ben sending you text in Afrikaans of all things?
Because I'm from Triple S, Swakopmund Secondary School. Ons eie SSS.
Aha.
So,
I'm from there.
die mense wat mondeling gehad het.
Mondeling.
It's all yeah. No, it's a look. We're not considering Africa. You know, there's certain levels to this thing. Afrikaans is romantic when you've had enough Kappenheimer.
Cup and Church.
Afrikaans is romantic if you are that farmer and you are on your way somewhere and you quickly just picked that little nappy clip drift under the seat and you take a few slurkies, and then you walk into this flea market, this farmer's market, and then
En dan kom
then
al
it's,
die Afrikaans
then it's
so
very
af jou
romantic.
Mbanje Namakena is saying, all right, I think you have never heard a Kavango lady speaking Romani.
Your language.
You can automatically fall in love without knowing what she means. Apparently, it sounds that way.
Well, maybe I must expand my orientation then.
It's like
We must take you know how ministers always take these orientation trips.
Again, orientation trip.
Yeah, maybe we must do this. I think we must take Informanté Radio
on the road.
to the people,
Yes.
on the road, and exploit this thing and experiment with it.
Yeah.
Get them into the studio and
Orientation
say, be romantic
mentoring.
now.
I want to
You
hear.
are a Kwangali speaker. You are a speaker? Blah blah blah. Okay, go. Be romantic now.
I agree with you. But you know, the beauty of this country is, I mean, we grow in such mixed environments. So even when you are speaking Oshiherero, you will throw in a Oshiwambo word, an Afrikaans word, a Kamara word. When you're speaking Afrikaans, you will throw in. That's just become who we are.
Yeah,
now.
that's who we are.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Ek hou
Wrap it up.
Yeah, hold on.
ek hou baie van that.
It helps me amplify this thing which I said. And I want to say it again, guys. I'm one of the happiest inhabitants of this place called Namibia because it allows me to be who I am.
I agree.
And nobody has killed me for being a
You?
herero.
Yeah.
Yet. Yes, no. It's not there. It won't get there. I'm telling you, we headed for a better place now. Yeah.
Apparently, Big Ben, please, we need to cut down the meat. Gout is high.
Okay.
But you know, I'm told when a herero goes to the physician or the general practitioner, what
Onganga.
are they called?
Onganga.
These people, when they the inspection, they clean the key on the
Hammer.
knee, the hammer key on the knee, and the blood pressure and the what. Oh, Tate, you are just suffering from gout. Oh, gout. See, I've made it then.
I've made it.
Oh, gout, Ashiri. I'm
I'm now. Yeah.
Neville was hoping that you would come with your guitar, but you don't.
Yeah, no, I'm coming back in 3 weeks' time, and please indicate to Informanté Radio to these guys if you want me in this time. Less talking, more jamming, live. Some percussion right there, that side or somewhere here, and then we just see how we can do it. We just do an impromptu thing where the crowd can also do the same thing here and say, can he play the other song? And then we try and as much as possible respond to the request, turn it into a live request type of a thing. Yeah. Possible, man. I've always wanted to do something like that.
Wow.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
Ben, I'm so much looking forward to something like that.
No, let's do this.
Then we're not gonna ask Ben to do an a cappella now.
No, don't do it now.
Yeah.
No.
Then, but what you are offering is way more value.
Yeah.
Than what we ask from you.
We don't,
we're not.
we don't want.
Look, this as a professional.
Buy the ticket for the other show.
Yeah. as a professional, guys, you don't find an accountant on the street and say, "Balance my papers here." Right?
Yeah.
No, you don't do that.
Let's respect each other's art.
I said, lift
I'm
off.
saying, put some respect on my name. We are a rainbow nation, and I am proud of it. We are a zebra nation, so I guess we're rainbow colors, or I don't know, but both of those are SMSs. Comments just came in, and the last one, beyond Puritha, you can put in coronavirus in meat. We will.
We will eat the meat and leave the corona.
Yeah. Leave the coronavirus in the plate. Just give me the meat.
Nobody has died. People, I'm telling you right now, nobody.
All right, guys, it's a weekend. What is the plans for the weekend?
What can I say?
Yeah, please. What's the plans for the weekend?
The plans for the weekend. You are going to pick up your ATM card now. Go to the internet browser. Type in okinikini.com. When it opens, you will see pictures and stories about Big Ben. At the bottom of it, whether it's on your phone or on the PC, you will see that you can actually stream Namibian music, Big Ben's music, right there, some previews. And then also, imagine, you can buy songs individually. Each song will cost you only $8 Namibian. 8.
Yes.
So you can actually pick like 10 and it will cost you $80.
Yeah.
You see? And you can pay with your normal ATM card, your debit card or whatever. It is our own system. It's managed and run here and it complies to security protocols as enforced by the Payment Association of Namibia and the Bank of Namibia. So this is very, very safe. I comply to the stringest conditions out there. There is albums on it. You can open, when you go to the tab called Shop, there you get the albums. You can open an album and you can preview the songs in that particular album and buy the album, or then pick the song that you want to buy individually. The album would cost you roughly $80 Namibian. Some of them maybe 100, some 120. But guys, if you buy my music on iTunes, there is about 7 people in the middle who gets that $1 you just spent.
Yeah.
I get literally nothing.
Yeah.
In the end of it. It's like 0.2% that I get. But when you buy directly from $1,
yeah,
it's straight kapanatu.
That's it.
And that's my plan for the weekend.
Okay.
Buy my music directly on okinikini.com. And then you are supporting us directly. Follow me, follow Big Ben on the social networks. Big Ben Namib. On Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. It's the same handle, Big Ben Namib. That's where you'll find us. If you need an artist to entertain your event, find me.
It's the guy.
Find me.
That's the guy. I'd never met wie drink jy die naweek?
I'll be off to Swakopmund again this weekend.
What is there?
Because, my daughter played tennis last week. My son is taking part in a soccer tournament this weekend in Swakopmund.
Is this the Ayanda?
Ayanda, she
Congratulations, I was too far. I was reading big things about a Namibian young person. It's a...
Yeah. To talk about that. I get completely subdued when I speak.
So he becomes really guy in a shell when he has to speak about like his sons. He will berate them here on air. Just mention Ayanda's
So my son is playing soccer this weekend. There's a soccer tournament, so we're off to Swakopmund again for the weekend. So that's it. I'll be there with my little what do you call it? Umbrella and cool box, and we'll just be there.
At least you have a life now.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
Otherwise, what would you be doing?
And you, quickly. Home. Go TV.
Ek gaan plus toe.
Gaan jy plus toe? Dit het gereën. Ja.
Yeah, obviously it's been raining since December.
Mooi kos jy nee.
Yes.
Okay.
Ek wil begin die toppie gaan hallo sê hom so.
Daar sê.
Hoe sê dis my beeste nog daar?
Yeah. From my side, hey guys, have a good, exciting, love-filled weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Ben, thanks again for coming in, man. I think this was a very insightful interview.
We are coming next time. We're not talking, guys. We just.
He's just on the stop button. He's standing like this. Come on, you guys finish now. Finish. Right, guys, we're out of here, man. Enjoy the weekend. Keep supporting local music, local products. Let's pay tribute to our own.
Yeah.
And the night is yours.
Joy!